All right, we are cold and dark in Amsterdam, where we're going to be flying to Milan, Italy. We really are cold and dark here, so we're going to go ahead and get some light here, get things started. Let's go ahead and drop the battery. We're going to get some, let me see here. Get our book out here. We're going to go ahead and knock out some numbers. And then we're going to use XChecklist on this flight. It's a little more tedious, and if you don't have time, it's okay. You can go back and watch this later, but I love using XChecklist for kind of to help me not miss things. That works really well. All right, let me get this up here. All right. So here in the coldness of this cockpit, we're going to have 128 passengers today, so that means we are going to, let's see if I can turn that off. Ah, that's too dark. All right, we'll fix that in a second. We're about to turn on the GPU. We're going to have 64 passengers in the front and 64 in the back. Our total fuel on this flight is block fuel is, wow, is that right? No, that's not. Oh, I was looking at something wrong. Our block fuel is 19,649. And I do have a problem. I need to switch that over. Okay, let me fix that. 19,649. Passengers won't change. And cargo, we're carrying 7,740 pounds of cargo. We're going to break that down into segments of 1,750. Okay. And our trip fuel is $8,658. Okay, does that look good? And I'm double checking our cargo, make sure I've got a right cargo number there. Because our total of cargo is 7,740. Alright, it's 1935. We can up that a little bit to be accurate. 1935. 1935. 1935. 1935. Every time I talk about doing this, making sure these numbers are correct, I always go back to the flight that crashed into the hangar in Charlotte when I think about this. And just how important it is to get the numbers right. Okay, we're going to request a GPU. We're going to open the forward door. We don't need stairs because we have the gate. We need a cargo doors. And I'm going to leave those working. Actually, we're going to load up. We're going to rush up the passengers, expedite that, and cargo, and fuel. There we go. Okay, since all that's loaded now, everything's loaded as it should, we're going to close the cargo door. And we're going to close the forward door. And you'll come up later. We'll need you again. Not right this second. Okay. Right. So the GPU is on. I'm going to go to XChecklist and preliminary flight procedure. Okay. And okay. Just remember 10:20 for our Q&H when the time comes. 10:20.
On and locked. Parking brake. Set. External power. On. External power left and right bus. On. Passenger door, key is Shift plus F1. Open. Rear passenger door, key is Shift plus F4, if necessary. Open. Passenger stairs, key is Shift plus F3, if necessary.
What I'm doing now is this is where these controls are actually on, but their screens are completely like dialed down. So I'll have them on. Okay.
Extend. Service door, key is Shift plus F7. Open. Forward cargo door.
Okay. Wow. We got
Open.
some light.
Mid cargo door.
Wow. Nice weather effects. Wow, that's awesome.
Open. Aft cargo door. Open. Load fuel. As calculated. Boarding passengers and cargo. As calculated. Clear master caution. Check. FMC.
Alright, now we're going to set up the FMC. Init ref. Okay. Our reference airport is KHM, HAM. No, it's not. EHAM. EHAM. There. But here's the thing. I don't use this reference point. I rather use the GPS position because that's my actual aircraft, and it's just easier to use mine. Okay. Alright, so for this here, the company route. Here's what the company route is. It's EHAM, E-H-A-M, and LIML. And as you see here, I'm going to put in our KLM 1617. And activate, execute. IRS is going to be aligning for a bit. It's nothing to worry about. Okay, so we're going to go to departure, and our departure is on runway 24. And Rend is my departure. Rend. There we go. It says you Dupo. Let me see. I don't think I have anything else. No, I don't. Lock that in. And then I'll go back to departure again and arrival. And we'll choose 35 ILS Y35. And that's CERN 35 Odina. It's actually an S, so it's CERN and OD, yes. Okay. And it's waiting right now just for alignment, but I think we've got all that we need in there. And then we'll go to performance. And enter these numbers. Let me get a book out. So the ZFW is our takeoff, our ZFW to start out with, right here, is 110.4. Don't do that. 110.4. Our reserves, by the way, are 8.5, actually 8.6. Cost index is 100. And our total fuel on board is 19.6/A. Our cruise altitude is 35,000. And I actually do have some cruise winds also. I don't know, it takes me a minute to get to them. Cruise winds are 250 at 10. Doesn't sound right, but it sounds a little low. All right. All right. So oat in this case here is says 50, 50. For flex, and honestly, I don't know how to change that. It looks like anyway. I've got 1353843. Okay. I'm not sure why the takeoff here, why it's doing that. Well, let me see if I've... There we go. Okay. Better. This much better. Okay.
Program flight plan. Takeoff V speeds. Calculate and set bugs. Takeoff trim.
Our flap setting, by the way, on takeoff is 11. And our center of gravity is 3.9. Okay.
Calculate and setup. Flight director.
All right, flight directors. By the way, this is on the MD-80 rotate, but you see how dark that is? 2 dials right here. I'll give you more light in case you need more light, and you do. Okay. Flight directors up.
Both on. Heading knob to runway.
And that's going to be
Set. Max bank angle. Set to 15.
okay.
Initial cleared altitude.
Okay, what is the altitude? It's 35,000.
Set end arm. SPD/Mach.
And for our V2 is 143 plus 10.
Set to V2 plus 10. Altimeter.
So that's set. Okay.
Set local QNH. Cockpit door.
Local QNH is 1020. Cockpit
Lock.
doors closed.
Auxiliary hydraulic pump.
You'll never find this unless you're looking for it. The auxiliary hydraulic pump is right here.
On.
Okay.
All doors and stairway. All closed. Engine start pump.
Okay. Engine start pump. There we go.
On. APU master.
Right here.
Run. APU master.
And we're just going to wait for that to power up. It doesn't take it long. It'll go to 100 and we'll lock that in. I didn't plan this, but we're really close to our takeoff runway. I like that. Okay. Okay.
Start. Check APU power avail. Check. APU generator. Check on. APU bus left. On. APU bus right. On. Galley power. On. Left engine bleed air cross feed.
Okay, this can confuse you, but that cross feed's down here.
On. Right engine bleed air cross feed. On. APU air source. On. Air conditioning left system. Off. Air conditioning right system. Off. Check APU AC load. Check. External power left bus. Off. External power right bus. Off. External power. Off. Instrument lights.
We're good.
As required. Stall test. Check.
Stall.
Max SPD warning test.
Overspeed.
Check. Annunciator / digital lights test. Check. Loops A test. Check. Loops B test. Check. Clear master caution. Check. Clear master warning. Check. Strobe lights.
Alright, I'm not going to run through every single one of these because I know what I want. Okay. Okay.
Position. Anti-skid.
Pushback procedure. Sanjay, would you get our IFR clearance, please, from clearance?
I'll get our IFR clearance from clearance now.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Skip all clearance. KLM .-1-6-1-7, requesting our IFR clearance. We have Quebec.
I'll have your clearance in just a second.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Armed.
Okay, let's
Push
keep going.
and start clearance. Received and activated. Pushback procedure is
KLM
required.
1617, clear to lineate via the Rend 2 Sierra departure runway 24. Initial climb to flight level 060, departure on 118.08 squawk 5141.
Right, 6,000 is our initial climb. 5141 and TKS.
Check. Left fuel pumps. On. Center fuel pumps.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are
Right
closed and
fuel
we're ready to
pumps.
connect.
On.
Sanjay, you're in charge of
Engine
all
start
comms,
system
and
A
please
B.
get our pushback and start clearance.
I'll handle the comms and request pushback now.
Select. Throttle idle. Check. Right generator.
Skipper clearance, good afternoon.
On.
KLM
Left
65
generator.
Lima is ready to copy.
On. Right engine starter.
Stand by.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go ahead and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Gate Delta 18, we have Mike. We are ready to copy.
Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Right, we'll go for engine 2.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly
Hold
ask that you
until
please direct your
20%
attention to
N2.
video monitors and flight
Right
attendants in the
fuel
aisle,
handles.
even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank
On.
you so much.
Wait until N1 25%. Check. Right volts and frequency.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta.
Delta. Delta.
Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the
And we're
strap so
disconnecting the
it's low
tow.
and tight
Give me just a
across
moment.
your back. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the seatbelt sign is on.
All right,
and
we're
keep it fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air.
we're almost there.
In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety. We appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta
Check.
flight.
And we're disconnected.
Federal law
Signal and
prohibits
pin on the left.
tampering with,
Take it easy and have a safe
disabling,
flight.
Hold
or
until
destroying
20%
restroom smoke
N2.
detectors.
Left fuel handles.
There are
On.
8 exits on this plane.
Wait until
8
N1
doors, 4 on each
25%.
side. Each door
Check.
has a detachable slide that can
Check
be used
left
as a
volts
rack.
and frequency.
In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits, and remember, they might be behind you. If we lose power, lights will illuminate the aisles to guide you to an exit.
Check. Engine starter system.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen
Engine start
masks will
pump.
drop from the panels above your seat
Off.
and inside the lavatories.
AC
Reach up
bus
and
X
pull
type.
a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note the oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case. Life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level.
Off.
A water-activated
APU
light is
bus
attached
right.
to each vest.
Off.
For children under 35
Flight control
pounds,
elevators
place the
full
vest
forward.
around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more
Check.
information. Additional
Flight
life
control
vests for
elevators
in-lap
full
children
left.
are in marked compartments at
Check.
the front and rear of the
Flight
plane.
control
We'll distribute
ailerons
these
full
vests if
left.
necessary.
Check.
Before takeoff, bring your
Flight
seat to its
control
upright
ailerons
position
full
and
right.
stow your tray table,
Check.
footrest, and leg rest.
Flight control
Be sure you
rudder full
fastened your
left.
seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you.
Check.
If you have a suite
Flight
door,
control
ensure
rudder
it's
full
open.
right.
See placard
Check.
instructions inside the suite door for
Windshield
opening
anti-fog
instructions
and ice.
in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the
On.
safety information card in your seat pocket.
Stall heat.
As we finish our
Checked.
safety check, please let us know
Left
if you
and
have
right
any questions.
airfoil heat.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
Thrust mode TO.
All right, we're ready to go. By the way, that really is immersive, isn't it? The way that Delta does. It's the same. It's just like a real flight. Every time you go on one, you get the same message. Okay. Brian, we're ready for our taxi clearance to runway 24.
I'll get our taxi clearance to runway 24.
Schiphol ground KLM.-1-6-1-7, requesting clearance to taxi to runway 24. We have Quebec.
KLM 1617, runway 24 taxi via Alpha 8, Sierra 7.
Runway 24, Alpha 8, Sierra 7, KLM.-1-6-1-7.
I must say the MD-80, rotate MD-80, they've done an excellent job. And also, by the way, this is Amsterdam's airport. This is not a custom airport. It's not custom scenery, and it's really well done. So that I think that would be Laminar gets credit for that.
KLM 1617, contact tower on 118.105 so long.
Switching to tower on 118.105. KLM.-1-6-1-7. Schiphol Tower KLM.-1-6-1-7, morning, holding short of runway 24, ready for departure.
KLM 1617, Schiphol Tower, runway 24, Winds 220 at 11, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 24, cleared for takeoff. KLM .-1-6-1-7.
Do one last check for traffic. Clear. Right, let's get lined up. And like I say, this is an MD-80, so it is a little bit different than any of the other ones that I use. So we're going to get lined up. Okay.
Correction. Amsterdam Tower. KLM 589.
We're on takeoff.
IFR clearance toward Kotoka International as planned.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
Right, we're going to roll up just a hair here. Roll up about 40. We're going to... didn't mean to do that. Throttle is up. Keep it straight. Forward pressure on the yoke. Right, 140. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Climb. V9 climb.
KLM
Autopilot.
1617, contact departure on 118.08 and 8.
Nav track.
Switching to departure. Schiphol departure KLM .-1-6-1-7, morning climbing through 1,000 feet. Schiphol departure KLM .-1-6-1-7, morning we're climbing past 1,000.
KLM 1617, Schiphol departure identified.
Right, flaps have been retracted. We're on nav track, VNAV climb, and so we're following the FMS here.
KLM 1617, Schiphol departure, climb flight level 200.
Climbing flight level 200, KLM .-1-6-1-7.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in Sky Magazine in the seat pocket in front of you. On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort
nice
Plus
view there.
passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all Delta purchases. For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music. You will find that this screen will work best with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours
KLM
complimentary for this and any
1617,
future
climb flight level
flights.
270.
Climbing flight level 270 KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7.
We're just 10,000. Landing lights off. And 270. We have another turn coming up on our departure. That will put us on the highway, shall we say. Okay, we're supposed to be coming in on runway 35, so let me see. Which would give us 353 for the course heading.
KLM 1617, climb flight level 320.
Climbing flight level 320 KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7.
And 10955 for the frequency. There we go. We got cloud cover.
KLM 1617, contact Amsterdam radar on 125.75.
Contacting Amsterdam radar on 125.75. KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7. Amsterdam radar KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7, comma. Morning. We're at flight level 170, climbing to flight level 320.
KLM 1617, Amsterdam radar identified morning.
Okay.
Amsterdam radar, climb flight level 350.
Climbing flight level 350 KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7.
Tell you what, this thing's climbing quite well. Especially considering we have 126 passengers on board. Oh, yeah, we're in some iffy weather right now. It doesn't get terribly better, much better. I will say it looks like we land in clear skies. Maybe should. At about another 100 miles, we're going to hit some bad weather out to our, kind of to our north, our south. Which is why I hope climbing will help us. As soon as we get up to cruise altitude, it'll be time for coffee. So far we're on a climb. We're about 404 miles outside of Milan. Weather is rainy, or not really windy though.
KLM 1617, contact Langen radar on 128.555.
Switching to Langen radar KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7, morning climbing from flight level 270 to flight level 350.
KLM 1617, Langen radar identified. Good morning.
Good morning. I did notice though, we're already like around 396 miles from our destination, so this has really gone fast.
guests. We are now in the climb phase of our flight. The lavatories are available for your convenience, and you may now use your approved electronic devices in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey with us. Thank you for choosing KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, and we hope you have a pleasant flight. Gracias.
All right. All right, we're already almost to 32,000, climbing to 35,000. It's gone awfully fast. Like I said, this MD-80 climbs really good. Okay, we're on nav track. We're on a VNAV climb, and as soon as we get around 34,000, 35,000, I will switch us over to cruise phase. I'll show you. It's kind of simple. Almost there. See, it looks like we got some nice weather out here. I'm seeing scenery, everything. It's good. All right. We're about there, so I'm going to switch this to cruise. We're 361 miles outside of Milan. heading bug is set. Nice shot.
Dear guests, we are now in the climb phase of our flight. The lavatories are available for your convenience, and you may now use your approved electronic devices in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly, so please sit back, relax, and enjoy the journey with us. Thank you for choosing KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, and we hope you have a pleasant flight. Gracias.
All right. We have a little lull in the flight right now. We're about 345 miles outside. Nothing's happening in the next 100 miles. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee.
KLM 1617, Langen Radar, expect the Serrano 3 Sierra arrival. I'll start your descent in about 20 minutes. Reach out if you want an early start.
Expecting the Sierra Romeo November 3 Sierra arrival. We'll wait for the descent clearance or reach out if we need it earlier. KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7.
Took a minute for me to make the coffee. See what we got. So we're 242 miles outside of the airport. We're in great shape. So it looks like we don't start coming down until Gersa to Adena, Gersa to Sosan. So we've got a little bit of time. And when we do come down, it looks like we've got some hard stops along the way. There's a discontinuity. I did not see that earlier. We'll fix that. So see if I can fix it this way. If I were to put that there, I think that does. So we're on nav track right now for our direction and VNAV level.
KLM 1617, contact Langenrada on 127.5.
Switching to Langen radar on 127.5. KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7.
Okay. Very well. We really don't need the wing anti-ice, I don't think. Where is it?
Langen radar KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7, comma. Morning, maintaining flight level 350.
KLM 1617, Langenrada identified. Good morning. Lufthansa 1186, descend flight level 100.
You know, the more I fly the MD-80, it's dated, but it's nice, easy. I mean, just the flow, the workflow is really good. We've only been in flight for 41 minutes, and we're 202 miles outside of Milan. Nighttime European flight. We started out in Amsterdam and we're going to end up in Milan, Italy. 85 miles outside of Milan. We'll, we're probably within 50 miles of our descent on our arrival. And I'll tell you, man, Amsterdam's airport really looks great, even at night. And that's not a custom airport, so shout out to the Laminar, the creators there. It looks great. I don't know about Milan, about I guess we'll see. Right, we're still on nav track, VNav level. We still have a while before we descend. I think we're good. KLM 1617, we are requesting clearance to descend on the CERN 35 arrival.
KLM 1617, cleared Serrano 3 Sierra into Linate. When you're ready, descend flight level 270.
Cleared Serrano 3 Sierra into Linate. Descend flight level 270 when ready. KLM .-1-6-1-7.
KLM 1617, contact Swiss radar on 133.05.
Switching to Swiss radar on 133. Swiss radar, KLM .-1-6-1-7, morning maintaining flight level 350. Swiss radar, KLM .-1-6-1-7, morning maintaining flight level 350.
KLM 1617, Swiss radar identified. Good morning.
Lieutenants, please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. Kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
United Email Airport 2 Zurich.
When it gets to there, it should stop hard. Yeah. Alright, we're about to hit a hard, should hit a hard stop at 13,000. That should be forthcoming. I think it's got to at or above restriction, and then we'll step descend the rest of the way. Milan is 1010. Alright, first test though for VNAV, a native 13,000 hard stop. We are 79 miles outside of the airport, and we do have a transition to set up for final approach. Alright, looks like it's going to. Good, good.
Milan radar KLM -1-6-1-7, morning maintaining flight level 140.
KLM 1617 Milan radar identified. Bondi cleared, UNDAP transition. Expect the ILS Zulu runway 35 approach into Linate.
Wasn't expecting Zulu. I was expecting Yankee.
Cleared UNDAP transition. Expect ILS Zulu runway 35 approach into Linate. KLM -1-6-1-7.
Hey, buddy. What'd you get?
flight level 100 KLM.-1-6-1-7.
All right, we sorry, I've missed some of those comments. Sorry about that, Rishi. I was completely zoned on the comments. Just watching you. Nade, I hope you're having a good night. And Rishi, and please pardon any of my mispronunciations. Okay. So this is a Delta virtual flight, and they have a great ACARS system. So it's a really nice, it's very immersive. I think they do a good job. I love this plane though. This is the MD-80. And it seems to fly good. We have 126 passengers on board this tonight. Is anybody any of y'all a Xplane 12?
KLM 1617, cross on down at or above altitude 5000, QNH 1009er.
Cross and tap at or above 5,000. QNH 1009er. KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7.
I've watched some of the best movies on airplane flights recently. Not as a pilot. No. Let's check our approach so far. So we need to get down to 5,000. Alright, we're on a slow, nice, slow, steady descent. That looks good. Weather's holding up also.
Altitude 3000 KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7.
I think we're on like a nice steady descent. I think we're at about 900 feet per minute right now, 800, 900. So we're okay, right? Maybe once a day. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, and Nada. And usually very laid back. I try to pick flights that aren't too long, but also try to pick like aircraft that sometime just to give y'all a feel for a particular aircraft. So far, this has been one of my favorites. The MD-80 has been one of my favorites. It's fun to hand fly also.
For the ILS runway 35 approach via UNDAP. KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7.
I'm watching our speed right now because I'd like to pull back our speed a little bit. Looks like we're it looks like we're okay. Right. Yeah, I usually I stream a flight at least once a day. I try to give about a 10-minute lobby call for anyone who might want to come in, and just a nice relaxing flight. Usually I try to use one of the one of my ACAR services that has a little bit more immersive experience, and also I use Say Intentions, and that's where we get a lot of our like for instance the my co-pilot Sanjay, he's part of Say Intentions, and he's AI and does a incredible job. Helps like do a lot of my radio traffic and lets me free up to fly the plane. All right, looking good, nice and steady descent right now. Liking and subscribing, greatly appreciated. I appreciate that. Alright, we're coming up, we'll be on the transition to our base in just a minute here for and then set up for final. Okay, Nate, I can do that. They added another letter to your name. Yeah, they have a way of doing that. Yeah, and I can remember Nate. Okay, buddy. Right, what are we looking like right now? Yeah, like this rotates MD-80, and they just did a phenomenal job on it. It's really nice the way it handles. Right. Right, we're going down to 2. So we're coming in to set up. And we're going to activate ILS.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Right, we should be making our turn here and come. We should be set up. Okay. We are at full flaps now, I think.
KLM 1617, contact line 8 tower on 118.1.
Switching to line 8 tower on 118.1, KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash. United Tower KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7, comma.
All right, here we go.
We're established on the ILS approach for runway 35.
KLM 1617, Linate Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 35.
All right, we're at full flaps right now. We have our speed. I think we've bled our speed back to 140 knots. And look at where my wind is right now. We have a 15 knot headwind. And anybody see a runway around here? There we go. There. Nice. This is where I like Xplane 12 better than Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I like the way the nighttime illumination looks. It looks more believable. Alright, we're at right at 3,000 feet. QNH is 1010. 1010. Frequency is set. Course heading is 353 for the runway.
Contact departure on 126.3.
We should capture here in just a moment. And I think I'm set for go around, which would be 3,000 runway heading. Yeah, I think, and I was one that was on. I was with it. I actually purchased it like right after it was released in 24, and was just very disappointed. But I will say that
KLM
they still.
1617 Linate Tower winds 330 at 4. Runway 35 cleared to land.
Gets which one?
Clear to land, runway 35, KLM dot dash 1 dash 6 dash 1 dash 7.
Yeah, they did have the close to the ground, you know, graphics. Yeah, they still during the daytime, but they still like kind of have the edge on that. But it's not enough for me to want to even consider it. I like what Xplane 12 is doing. I like kind of the direction they're going. Right. We're captured right now, so we'll see if I'll take it back from him at about 1,000 feet. We've got ground spoilers armed. Anti-skid or anti-skid I've got set to medium. Braking's never been a problem on this particular one either. Okay, we're 140 knots. I'm coming back to 135 knots. I've got a good headwind right now. Well, now it's not really a headwind anymore. It's turned into a crosswind. I don't like that. Okay, but it's only 3 knots. I want to go back to 140. Okay. My aircraft. Not looking good right now on the lights.
200.
I went long on that, by the way, on the landing there. If that was a 737, I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done it that long.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has parked the aircraft at the gate and turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your
KLM
one and only
1617,
indication that
contact
it's
ground
safe
on
to get up and
121.8.
get out the cabin.
Switching to ground on
Please be reminded to use caution
121.8
when opening the overhead
KLM
bins
dot dash.
to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during landing. You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger
Morning, we are
electronics
clear
must
of the
remain stowed.
runway and ready to taxi to the gate.
We invite you to visit
Ground,
Delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your sky
1-6-1-7
miles account.
Morning, we are clear of the runway and ready to taxi to the gate.
If any of you should have questions
KLM
regarding ground
1617,
transportation,
Linate
baggage
ground,
claim,
taxi to North Apron Gate 14 via Golf
or
Echo
any other
Bravo. Good
information,
day.
a uniform Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer
Gate
any questions
14
you
via
may have.
Golf Echo Bravo. KLM dot dash 1-6-1-7.
We'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again.
I agree. I
Thank you so
agree with
much.
appreciating
Have a
both of them. Everybody's kind of have their has their preference,
Flight
but I
attendants,
do
prepare
agree
doors
with
for
that.
arrival, please. Cross-check
Very
and all
much
call.
so. When I think about where we've come from, it's neat to see where they've come now. I've always been a 737 fanatic, or just always loved studying. Loved commercial aircraft, and what they have allowed for, like the layperson to do now, has just been amazing. Right. Okay, brakes up. GPU is requested.
Gala 5525, good morning. On the apron, request IFR clearance to Istanbul Atatürk Airport.
And we should be on GPU power. We're bringing down fuel. Lights are up and seat belts are off. And I'm not sure, I may be at a larger gate. I'm not sure if I can hook up with this. I bet you I can't. No, I can't. Not made for my aircraft. I don't think it is. Hold on. Let's try Sam. No. And we'll close out the flight. I'll probably be penalized for a long landing. We'll see. Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, I deserve that. Okay. Distance. My distance was a little off there. Send that in. So my son is 21 and he's to my left in the room right now, and on his he spends more time on, I forget what the first person they play, but he's on that, he's in that community. But me, I'm on the I have a separate system that's set up just for this. So you're right. I love what they've done with the community. And depending on your kids' ages, I'm sure that's probably a challenge. All right. Hey, thanks for joining in tonight, Nate. I will be back up. I'm up about at least once a day, if not for a couple of flights. Usually it's in the evening for me. I'm on Eastern time zone. So.
Good evening, Itaro 20390 at gate 2. Request IFR clearance to Fiumicino, Rome with information. Papa.
Clearance on request. Stand by.
Lufthansa 1 Foxtrot Tango with information. Whiskey
All right.
ready to copy. Clearance to Frankfurt.
Well, I am checking out now on this flight, and look forward to seeing you on one of the future ones. And yeah, I fly for this particular virtual airline. I fly the European circuit right now, but I'm still over. I still do the stateside flights too. All right, man. Have a good night.